This semi-truck was sitting idly on the side of the road when the dash cam captures a silver car pull up in front of it. The car is put in park and the man gets out. He starts walking up to the truck and see no one inside, walks around to the driver's side door. It was left unlocked. The truck driver was outside, possibly changing a tire or inspecting his back trailer. It's not made entirely clear. The man then rummages through the trunk driver's things before making a run for it. Back to his car, having taken a black bag. After getting in the passenger side door and beginning to drive off, the car stops and the man throws the bag on the ground. The car then continues to speed off as the trucker reclaims his bag. The license plate was never fully visible in the video, so police couldn't really do anything. This dash cam footage was taken in Russia. A driver stopped his truck on the side of the road to change out one of his wheels. As he does so, he notices the same vehicle passed by multiple different times. Worried whoever was inside had bad intentions, the driver walks up the road and finds a steel pipe to defend himself. Shortly after, the car drives by again, but this time stops. 3 bandits were inside. One of them, seen in a tracksuit, walks up to the truck and attempts to extort money from the driver for quote crossing their territory. But the driver stays inside his truck and calls for backup from other nearby truckers.
No, ладно.
5 minutes later, multiple trucks respond to his call for help. Now with backup, the driver gets out of his truck and confronts the bandits with his steel pipe. Meanwhile, trucks continue to pile in, blocking the bandits from retreating. Now with almost 20 truckers, they flip the bandits' car over. The car is left to sit upside down on the side of the road as all the truckers begin to leave, having saved one trucker from a potentially life-threatening situation. This dash cam footage was taken at 5 o'clock in the morning on July 29th, 2016. The truck is in Calais, a city in France that overlooks the narrowest point in the English Channel. It's headed for a port which will take it over the channel to the UK. As it continues on the road, the truck in front of it suddenly brakes, causing the trunk with the dash cam to lay on the horn. Shortly after, multiple men with flashlights appear on the road, throwing rocks at the truck trying to get it to stop. They even use tree branches as makeshift roadblocks. The truck smashed through the tree branches, not stopping, knowing that if they do, they could be injured or worse. The men in the video on the side of the road are a gang of migrants, trying to be smuggled into the UK by any means possible. They'll set up makeshift roadblocks, throw rocks at the windows of trucks, stand in the road on an attempt to get trucks to stop. If they're successful, they'll use different weapons to threaten truck drivers into smuggling them over the border. Reports of these occurrences, both successful and unsuccessful, come in somewhat frequently. Many other dash cams on trucks driving through the same area have captured similar occurrences. This one shows a hijacking attempt with more people involved. Typically, these attempts occur between 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock a.m. Police in Calais have been working to fully eradicate the issue for years. In February of 2015, this pair of truck drivers was driving down the highway when a white truck quickly speeded up to them. It got in front of them and slowed down, forcing them to stop their truck altogether. They thought the man inside was trying to tell them something, like their brake lights weren't working or something, so they pulled to the side of the road. But once they stopped, no one got out of the white truck. It circled the two truckers and stopped right next to them, even blocking oncoming traffic at times. The person inside could now clearly be seen, but he just sits there staring at them. They worried the man had a gun, and so they decide to drive away. But this causes the white pickup to pull right in front of them.
Does he think you cut him off or something? DC, what's his tag? I can't see his tag.
The truck drivers are forced to back up to get around. They try to record the license plate, but it's not entirely visible. After a few seconds of just sitting there, the white pickup backs up to be in line with the truck. The truck drivers take this opportunity to try and drive away. As they drive off, the white pickup rams into their back trailer in what can only be assumed an attempt to get them to stop. But they keep going and eventually lose the white pickup. A bit further down the road, they park and wait for police to arrive. And they did. They started a search and after a while found the white pickup on the side of the road a bit further down. They detained the man inside and after seeing the video, arrested him. Police later determined the man was not in his right mind, and the outcome could have easily been worse than it was. In 2021, Hurricane Ida, an extremely destructive Category 4 hurricane, hit the state of Louisiana. It was the second most powerful hurricane recorded to have done so. It quickly devastated the southernmost port of Louisiana. As it moved upwards further into the US, the hurricane created multiple tornadoes. As it did so, this semi-truck would find itself in the middle of one of them, all of which was caught on its dash cam. It happened in Horsham, PA. The truck stops at a light, but upon turning green, the driver decides to stay put. The winds quickly begin picking up. Visibility continues to worsen. As the power lines on the side of the road finally give way, the truck continues to be forcefully pushed around.
Warning has been allowed to expire for the following counties in Pennsylvania, Delaware, Montgomery, and Philadelphia. At 3:15 p.m. Wednesday, the stage was 6.4 feet. Moderate flooding is forecast. The river is expected to rise above flood stage light this evening to a crest of 14.8 feet tomorrow morning. Several driveways and other minor roadways are affected. Water begins to enter some basements. Impact at 10.0 feet. High water isolates several houses, resulting in some evacuation. Impact at 14.
The winds are strong enough to push the truck over. The dash cam falls out of place, revealing the driver still being held in his seat from his seat belt. Almost immediately after falling over, a man driving a van in front of the truck turned around and went over to help. The truck driver was assisted out of his truck, where the two men then ran for cover in a nearby building. The truck driver made it out with only minor injuries. This dash cam footage was taken on January 25, 2021. The middle of winter snow is on the ground as this car drives along a canyon in Utah. As the car approaches a section of RD with no guardrails, a pickup on the other side of the road loses control due to the icy conditions. It's forced into an oncoming Subaru. The two vehicles drop down the ledge below all con on this car's dashcam. Everyone inside both vehicles would make it out alive, most only receiving minor injuries. 4 out of the 5 people involved were able to get out of their vehicles on their own. However, a woman in the pickup had been trapped due to the way the vehicle had dented from impacting the bottom of the ravine. Although fire crews arrived minutes later and were able to free her, the road was closed for several hours for recovery operations. Tow trucks were needed to get each vehicle out.